Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're going to be working on our fifth wheel camper. Now, if you've seen my video from last fall when we were out in Minnesota, we had busted a leaf spring and I had to change out two of the leaf springs in the campground. So I've got the other two here that we got to swap out yet. And if you haven't seen that video, you should go check it out. It's a good one. Now, while we do that, we also got some other upgrades to the suspension we're going to do. I bought these Lippert Road Armor equalizers for between the springs that'll really cushion the ride. And I bought these extra heavy duty shackles for the leaf springs with greasable wet bolts. So we got grease zerks on them. And they got bronze bushings. So everything that is a moving part on the suspension is going to be able to be greasable from this point going forward. But before we can get into that, I want to get the camper out of my winter parking spot here, pull up in the driveway, and I want to get the cover off it. So we will reconvene after I get to that point. So catch you in a second. Well, guys, it's been a day or two or 8 since I got the camper cover off. But I've worked on about a million other things since then. Actually got some other videos in the works here that I've been working on. But I really got to get to this thing now because camping is coming up within the next couple of weeks here. So, and of course today I'm going to work on it. It's super windy out. I'm hoping the mic ain't catching up all this wind. But let's get working on this thing. I had to let a little tension off the spring here, let the bottle jack down a little bit. The bolt was bound up. Tell you what, this is already better than what I had to do in the campground because I got all the tools I need here at my shop. And I've actually got knee pads to kneel on. My knees were killing me last time by the time I got done. Sliding right out. Perfect, just like that. Hit that with some penetrating oil. Let it sit for a minute because those are going to look like they're extra rusty. I don't want them to fight me too bad when they're coming off. So I just remembered that I can't lower the axle down far enough to get my impact in here, so I had to do this all by hand. I remember this part was a little brutal, so I'm gonna get these off, not make you guys watch this part because it takes a while, and then we'll pick back up after I got these loose. So believe it or not, that actually wasn't too bad to get those nuts off. That lubricant actually, penetrating oil actually got in there pretty good to get everything off. I just gotta get this plate off right here. There's one U-bolt. There's two U-bolts. And the spring is off and free, just like that. So I want to get this equalizer off before I put the new spring in so we can put the new one in. So I'm going to zap this tire off yet to get it out of my way, because we also got to change out these shackles on both sides of this spring. Well, the shackles on this side of the spring and the new bolt on this side. Okay, we got the back tire off here, so now we're going to zap off this bottom one. Zap that one off first. Well, that one's being stubborn. There ain't pressure on it. It's just being stubborn. Okay, I'm gonna try something else here. Put the nut partially back on, and there we go. Now it's coming. Oh, perfect. There. Now the equalizer's free there. Now we'll zap this one off. Tap this one out. Think we're going to do the same thing. Put the nut partially back on. So I can give her a little harder whack that way. Wow. There we go. Stubborn. There. Okay. I'll show you why it gets a little stuck. See if I can get the camera to focus here. You see how there's little like splines on the bolt? It's so it kind of locks the bolt in place and doesn't allow it to spin. So you can see here our new equalizers come with brass bushings in them. And I'll show you the old ones. And here the old ones, you can't even hardly see, come with plastic ones in there. And I know the camera's not going to pick that up, but the plastic one here is actually already worn away down to the metal on the bottom side. So the brass ones are a significant upgrade from the plastic bushings. So the kit I bought with the new greasable bolts also comes with brass bushings for each bolt, but because the equalizer comes with its own bushings, I won't need to use these, so I can take them off and I'll have spares for the future. But let's get to installing these new equalizers. Wiggle that up there till the... Come on. Till the hole's lined up. Get our new bolt in there. Now I don't want to hammer this in because it'll mess up the grease fitting, but it's again got those splines on there. So what I'm going to do is tighten it from the back side to actually suck that in. So I kind of want to use a wrench to ease this in at first, rather than just hammering it out with the impact. Oh, that is hard to go. So I know you can't see it, but these splines are actually like, they got a twist to them, unlike the other splines on the old bolts where they were straight. So it makes me wonder if I should twist it from this side to like make it suck in a little bit. That does not seem like the case. Seems like he's going to start stripping it out. I don't want to do that. So maybe I just need more leverage from the backside then. Yeah, more leverage is working. My wrench was just too short to actually get a good pull on it. It's still a rough one though. So this was actually not quite seated all the way down yet, and that was getting very hard to do. So what I'm actually going to do is pull out our grease fitting. Oop, didn't want to do that. And then give it a couple of taps to try and seat that rudder. It actually worked good to seat that down, so it's nice and seated now. I'm just putting the grease fitting back in. The nut on the backside, I gave her another little quarter to a half turn just to snug it up, and now this actually moves as it should. And those nuts on the back of the bolts here, they actually have a lock nut, so they ain't gonna come loose. So now it's time to start putting the leaf springs back in, and as you can see, like I said, they come with the plastic bushings. So what we're gonna do is pop those out and put the brass ones in that come with the new kit. So these are actually going in kind of a little bit snug. I don't want to just hammer them in because I don't want to mess up the brass bushing. So what I'm going to try and do is press them in. Yeah, it's kind of a struggle doing it this way, but I'm trying to show you guys what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'd be doing this a little differently than trying to hold it in my lap. But actually, it's working pretty good. I can see it sliding in now right away. So we'll just keep going at it like this. Hopefully, you guys can see what I'm doing here on the camera. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, got the brass bushing in, so now we're gonna start mounting this back in its place. Let's see, where's my plate go? Here's the first one. Oh, why you gotta be stubborn like that? Now you guys probably can't see from this angle, but the U-bolt is flexed out a little wider than what the holes are on the plate. So trying to get it started in here, it's fighting me. If I can get it started a little bit and I can tap it in. Tap it in just like that. That wasn't so bad. Now we got our washers. Got one on top here. Put those back on. Then we got our nuts. Okay, and then I'm going to tighten these down. I'm not going to bore you guys with that part again. So I just lowered the axle a little bit with the jack here and got the leaf spring eye lined up with the shackle there. And now what I got to do is get the bolt in. I'll have to take that fitting off, that grease fitting off again, and give it a little tap, I'm guessing. I got the grease fitting out, now I can give it a little tap. I'll make sure it's lining up on the other side. Yeah, it looks like we're lined up good on the other side. Just gotta tap her some more. Okay, tapping it's not working as much right now, so I might have to start putting some pressure on it with the nut on the other side there. So that's what we're going to start doing here. So for this one, actually I'm going to give it a little action with the impact here. Okay, so it looks like it's getting tight again. Give a little tap, little impact, little tap, little impact, little tap, little impact, little tap. Now that's actually seated down nice. Give her a little more impact. And I think I like where that's at. Now we just gotta put the grease fitting back in. I want to show this. On the other side, you see now how to press it in. This one, I already slid it in every bit of 2/3 of the way, just by hand. So I'm gonna actually tap it the rest of the way because you see I barely had to tap that thing to get it to go in the rest of the way. So I'm actually kind of happy that one went in so easy compared to the other one. So I don't think I took the time to show or explain this. The old shackles here, this is only 3/16 steel for the shackles. And obviously the bolts aren't greasable. So the new ones I got, you can see, are 1/2" steel, extra heavy duty, and obviously the greasable bolts. And I didn't explain in this video, like I said, if you guys watch my other video in the campground, we busted one of the leaf springs on the rear axle, so I replaced the 2 leaf springs on the rear axle, but I bought 4 of them all at the same time here. And I didn't do the front 2 in the campground because it was not exactly fun doing it in the campground, but I also at that time upgraded the leaf springs. So this is a 5-pack where the stock ones are a 4-pack. So these have more capacity. Instead of this, it's just as simple as get this lined up till this fits. Move it back and forth. Just like that. And then we can put the piece on the back. What do you got going on here? Gotta figure something out here. Okay, I think I got it now. I was just being a little stubborn there with the lining up. So I'm going to put that nut on there. We're going to give a little impact. Oh, why is that one spinning? I'll have to get a wrench on that. Seems good. Now we'll get a nut on the other one here. Got a wrench on it right away since the other one moved. Should be good. Just want it snug, not super tight. That way it has room to move. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to, same thing on this one here. I'm going to take this old shackle off. I'm going to pop the plastic bushings out of the eye and the leaf spring. Do the new ones on this one. Pop this old bolt out, put the new greasable bolt in, and then this side is done. And then I'm going to go over to the passenger side and do the same thing on that side with replacing the leaf spring and everything I just did here. And then on the back axle, same thing, new shackles and the new bolt, greasable bolt. But I figured since I showed you the one wheel here, it's the same thing on the rest of it. So you get the point. I'll pick back up on this when I go to grease everything and show you the end result of what everything looks like. So I figured I'd show this real quick. I did get this side completed. And I wanted to show this real quick because I just realized I can't show you the whole thing all done because I get the wheels back on this side so I can get the jacks moved over to that side. So I'm going to grease this side real quick before I throw the wheels back on. But man, did it turn out nice. I can't wait to try pulling this thing for the first time. Oop, got too many pumps of grease in that one. Some of these are really hard to get grease into though. Messy. Now side 2 is done as well. Got it all greased up and everything. But before I put the wheels back on, I don't know if you can see all the damage and stuff here. It's because we had a tire blowout on both sides. Actually, it's why the other side had damage too. And you see I temporarily put like plastic up because it tore up the underside. I made a nice galvanized metal piece to put up in there. So I'm going to take that down and we're going to replace that. I'll show you. I already did it on the other side. So you can see on this side, there's damage from a tire blowout last year also. I still got to fix that. But on this side, I already replaced it with the galvanized metal pieces I made. And if the tire was ever to blow it again, it's not going to tear that up. It's hard to show you. Because what originally was under here, if I go over to this other tire here, it'll focus. You see it's like this flimsy black fabric stuff, and that just got all tore up when the tire blew out. So this repair was by no means fancy, and it was just meant to be temporary, just to keep water from getting up under the undercarriage here and causing damage. So I literally just grabbed some plastic I had, kind of stapled it along the edge, and then that board was just to hold it from sagging in the middle. But you can see how the black fabric's all tore up here. And that board I actually had up there was, I think, the old board off of the old transom board off of our small boat. So I want to show you what I got here. I took some 20 gauge galvanized sheet metal and I bent a double hem on it because this lip here is going to hook on the edge of the I-beam, the bottom side of the I-beam, and this will actually be the part, this will actually be the side that's exposed to like the tire side. My tolerances was a bit tight, so I'm going to trim, if you see my line, I'm going to trim just a little bit off there because it was fitting up in there a bit tight. And then also, over in the corner, I had this, ran into this on the other side too, there's a bolt that goes right there. So I just got to notch this out so it fits around that bolt. And then I'm going to, you know, pop some holes in this along the edge to put my screws up in to hold it up in. Because like I said, that side holds on the I-beam side. And this will actually screw up into the, like the wood frame of the underside there. So I didn't show the cutting this because I was kind of riding the struggle bus big time. I had to pull it out and trim it like 3 times to make it fit. But it's up in here now and it was a tight fit. So now I just got to screw it up in here. That part shouldn't be too bad. Here's one. There's 2. Three. There's 4. Here's the last one. So I thought I'd show, this is the edge along the I-beam where that, where I had that hem bent and the lip just goes right over the I-beam edge. And then over here, if I can get it to focus, There's that bolt I was talking about where I had a notch around. But it's a nice tight fit up in there, and if that tire blows out again, we won't have any issues. Well guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, could you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up? Maybe share it with a friend or someone else who you think would enjoy watching this video. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. That way you don't miss upcoming videos, because as of right now, I got like a handful of videos that are like this close to being done. Just got to do a little more filming on them yet, a little more editing. I don't know if you could tell right now, I've got raindrops hitting me, so I really appreciate you guys watching. I put a lot of work into these videos, so I hope that comes through on camera here. I guess that's about all I got to say for now, other than thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.